What's up? Welcome back, collectors, to another unboxing and almost near complete. We only have two more pieces left of Xmen by Iron Studios, 1/10 scale Xmen vs. Sentinel. And today we have Lady Deathstrike, also known as Yurigo.
Perhaps now, after all my work, I shall have the means to exact my revenge.
I'm so pumped to open this piece. Now, it hasn't gotten much love on socials from the moment it was released. A lot of people chose to pass on this piece like they did with X-23. There was something about like a lack of like a menacing grin on her face, her portrait. Let's hope it's different in the final render, and I'm curious to just share my review with you all and for y'all to comment below and chime if this does change your idea on this piece and if this is something you're going to add. I am a completionist, so I have to have every piece, even if I absolutely hate the character or hate the actual piece itself. So here we are. I'm also going to do a more in-depth focus review, so stay tuned. It's going to be towards the end of the video. And without further ado, let's dive into this bad boy. Now, I purchased this on ironstudios.com, and it was $165. You can get it on Sideshow for $170. It's also available, and it is currently shipping out as we speak. It is still available, so yay for that. It does come in this shipper box, which I love because I'm always shipping stuff out, so I am definitely going to be recycling this. And then they're so gracious enough to also wrap it in bubble wrap. If you order it from Sideshow, it's only going to come in this box right here, but I can use this material. And then it's now going to come in another box. So in this box right here, you can dispose of it. It doesn't really have much value. It doesn't have any value, actually. It doesn't depreciate the cost of your piece at all. So you can dispose of it as well. I'm also going to upcycle it and use it myself. I'm so excited. I've not seen anyone, I've seen images of this. This does, typically pieces ship early to like Singapore, gets them, and Asia. And then the US gets them, then the EU gets them, and then Brazil gets them. They're the last ones to get it, surprisingly. So let's go ahead and dive in. First off, this year marks the 10-year anniversary of Iron Studios, so they have a 10 years of Iron Studios logo that they actually added on this box. Which is pretty awesome. It is different because it kind of takes away from the overall aesthetic of all the other art boxes, so that's something I'm noticing right now that they did add that. I'm not mad at it, but it was added. The box itself is like this crimson terracotta red, and then like it comes up to like a dark maroon, and then the top is that gray color. It says Lady Deathstrike. As you go here, it's going to say Worlds to Collect, and then you're going to have a zoomed out version of her. Now, her face, honestly, she has like a grin, but it does not look bad on the art box at all. So, I'm excited. And comment below, are you collecting this series? I know it's quite expensive. It's not for everyone, and you know, I was blessed enough to hop on this in 2020 during COVID when it first was being released. And shout out to Xmen Collectibles because he went to a con and he shared the whole dio. And this is before they announced so many other pieces that we've already added to the series. And I was like, I need that. And here we are. Now there is the always open this top. It's gonna say top, or whenever you see Iron Studios, always open this side up. So while we open this. Something else I wanted to mention is Domino is releasing. She's expected to release either in July or August of 2020, and then we are also going to be we're also getting Mr. Sinister, but he's not coming out until summer of fall of I think more so fall winter of 2024, which is the final piece in this dial that they've announced thus far. They have hinted that they would love to continue to add pieces, and comment below because I want Toad, Avalanche, Polaris, I want Dazzler, Long Shots, just to name a few characters that we're still missing from this series. I'd even like a Morph. I think that would be rad. Firestarter as well. There are Morph and Firestarter are being added to the new X-Men the Animated Series reboot that's launching in, I believe, January or February of 2024 on Disney+. So really excited about that. And I know this is just going to explode. Now, before I open this, you're like, all right, get to it, dude. Stop talking. I do want to say, many of you who have purchased these pieces, be mindful, do not throw away this art box. This is literally 1/3 to 50% of the value of this piece is the styrofoam and this box. Don't throw it away. If you're not willing to save that, or you don't have the space to store boxes, then maybe collecting statues or figures isn't for you. Want to bear that in mind, because one day you may want to part with this and it loses 50% of its value without the box. So be mindful of that. I also wanted to add, crap, I'm blanking out, but I wanted to add something to this too. Yes, there we go, I remembered. Many of you have started this series and like sharing your images. By the way, you can join the Facebook group called Xmen versus Sentinel by Iron Studios. I think that's the name, or Iron Studios Xmen versus Sentinel. I think that's the name of the group. I'll link it in the description. And so many of you have been collecting this series, and all of a sudden you've had so many, and y'all stopped collecting as of like 5 pieces ago, and now you're parting ways with your collection. Everyone has different circumstances. I'm not here to judge or to tell anyone what to do, but be mindful of it. I know this series is going to explode. No other statue figures set, no one has ever done a diorama like this ever before. This has never been seen. The closest thing we got to this was by Iron Studios was the Avengers Infinity War scene. But outside of that, this series has been absolutely colossal. And with the excitement of Disney acquiring full rights of X-Men, which is soon to come in like 2025, we're going to see a lot more concepts of maybe like a live action movie. And with X-Men the animated series launching, I'm telling you, this is not something you want to give up on really fast. This is something you definitely want to hold, especially for its value. So just wanted to share that with you, just give you some perspective, because it saddens me that so many of you, and I'd like to say a good handful of you, are parting ways with this series. And I think this series isn't deserving of that. This is my pride and joy. I have so many pieces I collect. And so many collectibles, and this is my all-time favorite series I've ever collected. So now that my spiel is done with, let's get started. So this is going to come with 2 pieces. You're going to get the base, and you're going to get Lady Deathstrike. The base will say, as you can see here, Lady Deathstrike. There is no edition size to any of these pieces. They are, it's an open run, and they only create a certain batch. They keep them up for pre-orders. Once they have an idea of how many pre-orders they're going to place their order, that's what they produce. They don't ever remake these again. So you're never going to get to see this again. This base is absolutely stunning. You're going to see more details of it, but there's like a wine rack here. There's what seems to be like an armoire shelf. There's a stereo as well. I love that detail. The base looks incredible, and there's more wine bottles here, and here one is shattered. I have to say, of all the bases I've seen of inside the school, I think this might be my favorite one. It is absolutely freaking gorgeous. It is spectacular, and you're going to zoom in on those details at the end of this video. I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to be able to see that. Oh, man. Okay, so I can see her portrait from here. Let me tell you, this doesn't disappoint at all. Not the slightest. If you were contemplating this piece because of the portrait, holy wow, she looks amazing. Her hands look incredible. I am absolutely speechless right now. Wow. All right, let's peg her in really quick. This looks a little complicated. I haven't seen a peg like this before. It's almost as if like you gotta peg this in first and this, but there's quite a distance, and then she has her loincloth in the way. What's going on here? What did they do? And I just want to see what this looks like here. Yeah, and that's it. Alright, let's start. And you see her loincloth is going to get in the way. Oh, I see. So the loincloth actually goes... You have to be very careful. The loincloth goes in front of the armoire, the front of it. And it does have a give to it, so it's pretty awesome. Okay, so definitely she's pegging in now. So again, this is a little complicated. You got to move the loincloth. You got to adjust her as well, because her other peg is going to go here, her foot. There's another little keyhole there. And then you got to insert her and hope for the best. Jesus. I will say this is the most complicated piece I've seen. Wow. And it's not like she's keying in easily either, because first I thought I kind of had it, but I know I don't, because technically that's how she's going to go in. But it just doesn't want to go in. You know, this is, I always rate these. This is definitely going to get a little bit of a negative review for just the complexity of this. This isn't cool at all. Not cool, Iron Studios. Not even the slightest bit. Let me tell you, once you key this in, there is no taking this out. And let's hope we don't damage it. If we do, I guess it's getting returned. Jesus Christ. And again, this right here is made of like a plastic, but it's a very firm plastic. It has a little bit of give to it, but it's creating tension along the way here. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this the right way. See, look, she pegs in this way. Once I do lift her a bit, and I do this, and I move her in this direction, and you create that tension. Now she doesn't want to peg in because there's just way too much tension being created. Wow. And there's like this fear of damaging the piece. Wow, well, I'm not going to key her in all the way. I'm probably going to do that off camera, but just because of that alone, like, there's no way this is going to get higher than an 8. Like, there's just absolutely no way. Just for your time purposes, like, when I go to do the zoom in, I'm going to let y'all know if I broke it and if she was able to key in. So here she is. She looks absolutely remarkable. I have to say the base is one of my favorite bases, except it's freaking like keyhole. It's absolute trash. Then we have her, like first off, her outfit is iconic. It's 100% authentic to the animated series. I love it. I love the metal wirings in her hands and her long claws with adamantium. I mean, that just looks amazing. But the adamantium eye obviously isn't projected out of her fingernails, but she looks phenomenal. Here is her hair. I mean, everything about this piece looks phenomenal. This piece is absolutely stellar. As for the portrait, I think she looks great. Could she be a little bit more menacing? Just a little bit? Sure, yeah. But absolutely phenomenal piece. Now, let me take you in a little closer. We're going to give this a review, and we're going to zoom in on all these features. All right, so we got her, and here's the biggest tip on how to peg her in. You're gonna wanna keep her on her side. You wanna peg her in here first. First, you wanna get her loincloth. Make sure it's outside of here. Key this leg in. It's gonna be out by like a few centimeters, totally fine. This leg will be out here. From here, you're gonna lightly lift it and start dragging it over, and then it keys in, and then you can pressure it down. So, it's very, very challenging, so be mindful of that. So here you have her portrait. And again, she looks incredible. I'm not mad at it. Could she be a little bit more menacing? Sure. But overall, looks amazing. Look at the details on the hands. I mean, just freaking amazing. Everything about this is absolutely spectacular. Look at the base, the wine. That's like a wine rack, and then look at the stereo on the back. Here we have like that, what seems to be like a little armoire, another wine bottle here, and then one that's cracked. I mean, absolutely spectacular, spectacular, spectacular. I will say, because of the base and the portrait, this is a solid 8. It's absolutely amazing. Out of 10, I have to give this an 8. She looks phenomenal. Here's more of her actual outfit. Look at her chest, her other hand. I mean, just freaking spectacular piece. I mean, Iron Studios, I mean, they don't mess around. There were like less than a handful of duds in this series, but overall, I think this piece is spectacular. I'm so happy, and I already have a spot to add her. So let me show you where she'll be added right now in the dio. And there we have her. She looks freaking amazing. I like keeping them in order, so if they have a school base, they're on this side. If they have an outside base, they go on that side. She looks amazing. Domino I will be adding right up there. But I'm beyond impressed. I mean, this has been such an incredible experience collecting all of these. I can't wait to share that video. Don't forget to hit that smash button and subscribe, y'all. It means the absolute world to connect with me here, especially if you just found me thanks to the YouTube algorithm. Really appreciate y'all. It supports us growing this channel as well. And you can see reviews on all of these pieces individually. Every single one has been filmed on my channel. And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are below. So comment, keep collecting, and until the next one, y'all, over and out.